AI and the next generation of astronauts. For over 60 years, we've sent human beings into the vast emptiness of space. Each astronaut was a pinnacle of human potential, shaped by years of grueling, meticulous, and incredibly expensive training. They were prepared for every scenario mission planners could possibly dream up. But what about the ones they couldn't? Space is still the most hostile, most unpredictable environment we've ever dared to explore. And in the deep quiet between worlds, when something goes wrong, you are completely and utterly alone. The old way of training astronauts, as heroic as it was, has a basic flaw. It can't prepare them for the unknown. But that's about to change. What if an astronaut could handle a catastrophic engine failure on the way to Mars, and fix it with pure muscle memory, even though that specific problem had never happened before? For decades, training astronauts has been a fight against the unknown. We get them ready for what we can predict, but space is notoriously unpredictable. Now, a new era of astronaut is being forged, not just in physical simulators, but in virtual worlds that are perfect copies of reality. This is how AI and digital twins are creating the next generation of space explorers. The old way, forging astronauts in fire. To really get the revolution, you first have to appreciate the old guard. Becoming an astronaut has always been one of the most demanding jobs on Earth. NASA's 2025 astronaut class, for example, was selected from a pool of over 8,000 applicants. The 10 candidates who made the cut are now embarking on a 2-year training program that pushes human limits. They learn to fly high-performance jets to hone their decision-making under pressure. They get crushed by G-forces and giant centrifuges. They spend hundreds of hours underwater in places like the Neutral Buoyancy Laboratory, practicing the slow-motion ballet of a spacewalk. They study geology, medicine, and survival skills, all while memorizing the mind-bogglingly complex systems of a multi-billion-dollar spacecraft. Every button, every switch, every procedure is drilled into them until it's second nature. The goal is to build a person who can perform perfectly when faced with known challenges. But that's the catch: known challenges. This training is incredibly effective, but it's also slow, expensive, and limited by our own imaginations. We build simulators based on problems we've already faced or can logically predict. Space, however, doesn't follow our rules. The most dangerous threat is always the one you never saw coming. And as we set our sights on longer missions to the Moon and Mars, that limitation becomes a life-or-death problem. The 20-minute nightmare. Why the old way isn't enough? Picture this. You're halfway to Mars. An alarm you've never heard before shrieks through the cockpit, followed by a cascade of warnings. A critical life support system is failing in a way no one has ever seen. Your training covered dozens of failure types, but this isn't one of them. You glance out the window at that tiny, distant blue marble, Earth. The world's best engineers are down there in Houston, ready to help. But because of the immense distance, their first message won't reach you for 20 minutes. Your reply will take another 20 minutes to get back. This is the terrifying truth of deep space exploration. The 20 to 24-minute one-way communication delay between Earth and Mars makes real-time help impossible. In a crisis, an astronaut is on their own. The old model, where mission control is a constant voice in your ear, completely falls apart. An astronaut on Mars can't afford to wait for instructions. They need a new level of autonomy. They have to be more than an operator. They need to be an explorer, an engineer, and a miracle worker, all at the same time. This is a problem you can't solve with more centrifuge time. It demands a total shift in how we prepare for the unknown. It requires a system that can think and learn right alongside its human partner, the ghost in the machine. Enter the digital twin. The solution sounds like it was ripped from the pages of a sci-fi novel. A digital ghost. A perfect living virtual replica of a physical object. In the tech world, this is called a digital twin. The idea actually has its roots in NASA's own history. During the harrowing Apollo 13 mission, engineers on the ground used physical simulators, the very first twins, to mirror the damaged spacecraft and invent the fixes that brought the crew home safely. Today, that idea is supercharged by artificial intelligence. A modern digital twin isn't just a static 3D model. It's a dynamic, data-driven copy that's constantly learning and updating. In real time, the European Space Agency, ESA, is already using this with a digital twin of its large space simulator, a giant vacuum chamber that mimics space conditions. This lets operators practice complex procedures and respond to simulated malfunctions without the cost or risk of using the real thing. This technology is popping up everywhere. Companies like Northrop Grumman are using physics-based AI to design and test spacecraft parts in seconds instead of hours. And NASA is building digital twins for its Artemis-era spacecraft, knowing this is critical for missions where life or death decisions must be made in minutes, not days. But the most exciting part isn't just about the hardware. It's about what this means for the astronauts themselves. Training for the unknown. So how does a digital twin create a new kind of astronaut? By giving them a universe of experience before they even leave the planet. By creating a flawless digital twin of the spacecraft, the mission environment, and even the astronaut's own body, trainers can throw an infinite number of scenarios at them. This is worlds beyond standard simulations. And I can introduce failures that engineers haven't even thought of. A micrometeorite hitting an obscure part, a software bug that creates a cascade of failures, or a combination of small issues that spiral into a major emergency. The AI can then analyze the astronaut's response, pinpoint any hesitation, and run the scenario over and over, tweaking the variables each time. It continues until the astronaut can handle any version of that problem on pure instinct. They can literally train for disasters that have never happened and master them. This virtual training is exactly what's needed to build the autonomous decision-making skills for deep space. The AI can enforce the 20-minute communication lag, forcing the astronaut to solve problems completely on their own. It's also used to train AI-powered robotic partners, with vision systems for rovers learning to navigate the moon from billions of synthetic images. NASA and Google are already testing AI tools that can serve as onboard medical assistants, ready to diagnose illnesses when a doctor is millions of miles away. The new breed of space explorer. The result of all this is a new breed of astronaut. They aren't just pilots and scientists anymore. They're human AI cognitive partners. They still have the right stuff of the pioneers who came before them, but it's augmented with a level of experience and adaptability that was once unimaginable. This training builds resilience. It creates astronauts who are ready not just for the mission plan, but for the chaos that lives between the lines. Even the astronaut's health can be managed with a personal digital twin. By combining their medical history, genomic profile, and real-time biometric data, a virtual copy of the astronaut could predict health risks during a mission, suggesting personalized countermeasures like diet or exercise changes to combat the effects of radiation and microgravity. This human-AI partnership isn't just about training. Onboard AI will become an essential crew member, handling routine tasks, monitoring life support, and managing emergencies. This frees up the human crew to focus on what they do best: exploration and discovery. This synergy between human intuition and AI's processing power isn't about replacing astronauts. It's about empowering them to go farther and do more than we ever thought possible. We are at the dawn of a new space age, one where the partnership between human and artificial intelligence will define our future in the cosmos. This isn't some distant dream. It's being built and deployed right now. If you want to stay on the cutting edge of how AI is shaping our journey to the stars, make sure you subscribe and join us as we continue to explore the future of space travel. For decades, the path to the stars was paved with brilliance, bravery, and a little bit of luck. We sent our best and brightest into the void, armed with the best training we could imagine. Now, we're on the verge of taking luck out of the equation. AI and digital twins aren't just improving astronaut training, they are fundamentally redefining what an astronaut can be. They are forging explorers who are more autonomous, more resilient, and more capable than any who have come before. That 20-minute delay to Mars is no longer just a terrifying problem. It's a challenge we are actively learning how to beat. The next giant leap for humanity won't just be about stepping onto another world. It will be about the new kind of human, forged in virtual fire and partnered with intelligent machines who takes that step.